Okay, this is Module 6, Lesson 3. It's called Use Rate Reasoning to Convert Between Measurement Systems. So in the last lesson, we looked at just converting within customary and then just converting within metric. And this one, we're going to go from metric to customary and customary to metric. This right here, it's on page 194 in your books. This is very important because it tells you how to transfer between the customary unit and the metric unit. So you can find this starting your page on in your book, page 194, or you can be doing it online. You will, if you're doing it online, need to get a piece of work paper. If you're doing it in your book, then you have enough really space for most of it to be working it out in your book until we get into the on your own section. So now, right here, this is important. They use the sign through all of it because it says the systems are not related, so the conversions are approximate. That means it's approximate, it's like around what the answer is. So Daniel's 6 feet tall. He wants to know how tall he is in meters. One way to solve this problem is to use a bar diagram. Each part represents 1 foot. Use the table of equivalences to complete it. So if I look up here, 1 foot is 0.35 meters. Okay. How does the diagram help you solve the problem? The diagram shows that 6 feet is about 6 times 0.305. Because the diagram shows that 6 feet is about that. Each section is 0.305 meters, and there's 6 sections, so you'd multiply them together. So we're going to multiply 6 feet by the conversion factor, this one right here, because 0.305 meters is 1 foot. So 6 feet is approximately equal to 1.83. So when I multiplied 6 times 0.305, I got 1.83. D. So there is about 0.3305 meters in 1 foot. I got that from the conversion table. And then my answer, I got 1.83. And it's saying about because remember that the conversion table gives you approximate answers. And we're going to be going to page 2, and that's going to be the beginning of Step It Out. Okay, if you're in your math book, it's on the top of page 195. This says 1 gallon. So in the metric system, 1 gram is the mass of 1 milliliter of water. So a 2-liter bottle of water has a mass of 2 kilograms. A gallon of water weighs about 8 pounds. What is the mass of a gallon of water to the nearest tenth of a kilogram? So here's the conversion chart, and we're going to find the first ratio in the conversion factor. So we're going to say that 1 pound is that right there. So it does say pay attention to the units and match the numbers in the relationship, because if we look at conversion chart, 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms. So 1 pound, you just have to make sure the labels go with the numbers. The second ratio relates the known amount to the unknown converted amount. Let X represent the unknown converted amount. And we're going to complete it. So they're asking about 8 up here. So that's where we're going to use 8 pounds. So 8 pounds over X kilograms. So you need to convert 8 pounds to kilograms. You do not know the mass of the water in kilograms yet, so we're going to let X do this. For C, they set up the first one for you, and now what we got right here, we're just going to put it right down here. So 8 pounds over this. When we actually do the problems, when we get out of the initial learning about it, we're not going to break it down this far. It'll go a lot quicker than this. So we're going to multiply both parts of the left ratio by 8 to make the number of pounds in the two ratios the same. The ratio is this one right here because we're multiplying by 8. And so the answer, when we do this, we got it right here, 3.632. To the nearest tenth, the 3 tells the 6 to stay the same, so we get 3.6. Okay, that one was a little time consuming. I suggest using the conversion factor one because it goes a little quicker than that. So again, we're going to select the correct conversion factor as a ratio. So we're going to use what we used up here. So I have this right here. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply by 8 because we're getting it to 8. So multiply the amount you're converting, 8 pounds, by the conversion factor. And our conversion factor is what we put up here. And when I multiply 8 and this number, I get 3.6, which it should be the same because that's what we did up there. So notice when we do this that our pound units cancel, resulting in an answer giving in kilograms. Because if I look right here at this one, my pounds cross cancel out. And I'll show more about that in the next upcoming videos. So when you choose a conversion factor, the unit you are converting to is the first quantity in the ratio, because we're going to be multiplying that. This is on page 196. Has this lady drinking 16 fluid ounces. So many water bottles contain 16 fluid ounces or 1 pint of water. Drink labels often show the number of fluid ounces and the number of milliliters in a container. How many milliliters are in a 16 fluid ounce drink? So they put our ratio table, well, our conversion table. So we're going to solve using equivalent ratios. So we're looking at milliliters and fluid ounces. If I look at my chart, 1 fluid ounce equals 29.6 milliliters. So 29.6 milliliters over 1 fluid ounce. The other ratio is the known amount and the unknown converted amount. Select the second ratio of milliliters to fluid ounces. So I do not know my milliliters. So I have put my X there. But I know there's going to be 16 fluid ounces. So we're going to set them up next to each other. So we're going to take what we got before. We're going to take our 29.6 over 1. Oops. Be careful with the labeling they do to you. So 29.6 milliliters over 1 fluid ounce equals to X milliliters, just like that. So there we go. Now we have to figure out how to get from 1 to 16. So to get from 1 to 16, we're going to multiply by 16. So we're going to take what we had right up here and now just add the 16 in it. So 29.6 million right here. And the great thing about this is they already give you what that answer is. So 29.6 times 16 is 473.6. So that is our answer, 473.6. And that is it for this part. In the next part with the check understanding and on your own, I'm going to go way more into depth than I did in this first section. So make sure you stay tuned.